Hey you guys, I have been promoting my new, I would say business venture, but it's just a little venture that I want to do that will be based on my YouTube channel. And basically, it's called Memory Lane. And basically what I wanted to do is I want to start doing it's basically a story time, and I will be sharing different stories, real life stories from different things that I have experienced in my life. And the whole point of it is just so people can see that there's different layers to me. Over past 10 years, I have did some modeling stuff. I did some red carpet interviewing. I had a radio show, actually two podcasts, been a part of a podcast. And now I have a cosmetic line, which is called 526 Beauty Products. And through the years, people have always asked me, like, who is this person? You know, what's the layers to you? And I've also got people saying, oh, she thinks she's better than people and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you're going to get the hate and you're going to get the love. But long story short, I want people to know that I'm relatable. And I'm sure I've probably experienced a lot of the things that you have experienced. I'm regular, you know, just a normal person. And yeah, so the first story that I'm going to tap in today is I'm not sure if you guys have seen me promoting it, but it's basically a story that finding out that my friend was actually into prostitution, and I had no fucking idea, y'all. So say no more, because I hate when people be just blabbing on and they be like, get to the fucking story. Okay, so y'all kick back, get something to drink, get y'all's wine, get y'all soda, y'all's blunt, whatever y'all want to get, but we about to get into it. Anyways, so a little background of how I know this person. We actually grew up in the same neighborhood, actually went to the same school as well. And so she used to come over all the time and stuff. And so my family knew her by name, everything. So one day we was chilling or whatever. Well, actually, let me rewind a little bit. So I didn't know. Like I said, she was a few years older than me. And I think I was about 14 or 15 or whatever. So again, she was a few years older than me. And I didn't know what she was into. And again, you know, people really don't. I mean, I'm not the type. Some people are just nosy as hell. And some people will be like, what you be doing and how you be getting money, how you got a car. I've never been that type. You know what I'm saying? If you don't freely come out and just tell me what you got going on, I don't go digging in people's business unless, like, I'll be like, she be kind of weird. Like, what's she into? You know what I'm saying? More to protect myself, less than, like, not trying to get up in people's business, I don't care. If you get it how you get it. Just don't involve me in your bullshit. Don't have me in harm's way in your bullshit. That's my thing. So anyway, this person in particular, like I said, grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same school. Again, she was a few years older than me. And we would talk on a regular basis because, like, being in the neighborhood, we'll hang out, play outside and stuff like that or whatever. So anyway, one day she calls me. So mind y'all, I have my mom got me my own house phone. So around that time, being like 14, 15, when I was 14 or 15, a lot of people really didn't have cell phones. I remember my younger cousin, Laisha, she had a cell phone. She was like the only one that had all like the new electronics and shit. She's just a tech head. So she always had cell phones and stuff like that. But I was never, to this day, I'm not a techie type person. I have the iPhone, but hell, I just text, talk, and Instagram, Facebook, and that's basically it. So, anyway, I have my own house phone. And I remember my phone number. What was my number? 503-460-0182. That was my shit. Y'all remember having a voicemail with the music playing in the background? You know who you reach. Anyway, that shit funny thinking about it. But anyway, so I have my own house phone, and I remember she calling me and was like, yo, ride with me somewhere. And I'm like, okay, where are we going? Just ride with me somewhere. So, like, me thinking, like, I didn't think I would have to, like, just ask a million questions, do an interview type shit just to ride with her, So I'm like, okay, cool. So I asked my mom, and I'm like, Mom, can I go ride somewhere with so-and-so? And she's like, okay, whatever. So I was like, we're going to be going, just when you think of picking something up, me personally, when somebody say pick something up, that's like, oh, somebody owe you a little few dollars, you know, gonna ride, pick it up, come back, nothing to it. I mean, I know that's how I think, you know, especially when you know the person. So anyways, my mom says yeah. So I remember her picking me up, we in the car or whatever. And a little background on her, I know, like I said, I don't really dig into people's information. She was never like, how can I explain her personality? It was kind of like, she was a loner. She knew everybody. But she was kind of outcast a little bit. You could tell, like, you know, and I've always been the type of person that reached out to the outcast because people would kind of like talk about her and stuff, you know? So sometimes I feel like when people are outcasts, and didn't really have too much, sometimes depending on the mindset, they will start tapping into things they ain't got no business tapping into, or start messing with dudes, or dudes start messing with women that, you know, it's just kind of, I don't know if you guys understand where I'm going with that, but I know a few people that has been like that, little outcast, kind of like didn't have too much growing up. So it's kind of like, you know, they want to fit in, so they start tapping into the wrong things. But anyway, so she picks me up, and we rolling, just having, you know, a little girl talk, bumping the music, you know, thinking we cute in the car, whatever. And so around that time, I didn't drive, you know, I'm 14, 15. I didn't drive or whatever. And so we just cruising. And I remember we driving for like, you know, 20 minutes or whatever. And I remember before we get into a store, and I want to say the store was Fred Meyer's. Before we get to Fred Meyer's or whatever, she like, hey, put your seat back. I'm like, put my seat back? And I'm thinking like, what the fuck for, you know? So just put your seat back. I don't want him to see who's in the car. So in my head, I'm still not thinking of nothing negative. I'm just thinking more along the lines of maybe she talking to a new dude. She just don't want him in her business, or hell, she just don't want nobody to know, you know, that's somebody in the car. Maybe he said, come by yourself. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, so we pulls up to the store, Fred Meyer's, as it was Fred Meyer's. And I remember that as I'm putting the seat back, she was, I think, getting on the phone and was like, what kind of car are you in? And he was like a big, like, diesel type truck or whatever. So she pulls up close to the truck or whatever, rolls down her window, and my seat is all the way back in the passenger seat. And just so you guys can visualize how the setup was, she had pulled up to the passenger side of his car, and like she said, put my seat all the way back. So my seat was reclined like you're taking a nap in a car. So only thing I could see is like the sky through the window and the roof of the car. So I don't really remember the words that were exchanged between the two when they both rolled down the window, but I'm sure it was like basically follow me, because then he jumped in front of us and we followed him. So again, my seat is still reclined because he can look in, you know, his mirror to see if there was a passenger or whatever. So my seat is all the way back. And just so we're on the same page, it was probably around like 7:38. Like, it wasn't too dark outside, but it was like starting to get dark and it wasn't light. So we drove for another like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And again, my seats reclined back, so I couldn't tell exactly the location we were at. And at this time, I wasn't scared, but as she's saying, keep your seat reclined, and we're following this person, I did start to get a little nervous, because I'm like, what she got me into? You know, it's like that type of feeling. But I'm still like, you know, you're gonna have them feelings like, I've been knowing her for a long time. She ain't gonna put me in no bullshit. Like, you know, she telling the truth. You know, you gonna give a person the benefit of the doubt. And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt before just saying like, hey, they on bullshit. You know, just like, you know, you hear certain shit about people, but you don't want to just believe that they fucked up just because that's the experience you have with that person, because your experience with somebody could be totally different from the experience I had with that person. So, you know, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, like, nah, like, I'm just tripping. Like, don't be scared. Like, you just tripping. So anyways, you know, like I said, the drive was about 10, 15 minutes that we're following the dude. So as they're approaching to the destination that they were going to, it had to be down like a rocky road. I don't know if the house, the building, whatever they were going to, it was like a rocky road that we were following him to. Because I remember once we like parked and turned the car off, we were on a rocky road, and the car was kind of like, you know, shaking, like, you know, you're driving on rocks, and you can always hear, because rocks are loud when you drive upon them or whatever. So we're driving or whatever, and she stops the car. So once we're parked, she goes, get in the back of the seat and get on the floor. So as my seat is reclined all the way back in the passenger side, I climb over and now I'm on the floor behind the driver's seat and like curled up in a ball. Now I'm getting nervous because what the fuck do you have me doing? Like, where are we at? What are we doing? Why am I on floors? Why am I reclining seats? Who's this guy? And I'm still not thinking like anything like that. Like, I'm young and I didn't know nothing about no prostitution, no, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like plain Jane, not seasoned at all. Like, I wasn't raised like that. My parents didn't get down like that. I never got down like that. None of that, okay? So I'm like, okay. So I get on the floor of the car or whatever. And now I'm scared. Because mind you, remember I told you guys, I had a house phone. I never had cell phone, so I didn't have a cell phone. I'm thinking like, fuck, like, I'm just getting scared. Like, you know, I just knew at any moment I was going to look my head up and this weird, crazy man was going to be looking through this window at me. He looking at me, I'm looking at him, and I'm just in danger, okay? That's all I thought at that moment. Now I'm on the floor of this car, curled up in a ball. I have no cell phone. I don't know where the fuck we're at. Mind you, my seat was reclined all the way back. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where to start to run. I don't know where, if I got to a phone, where to tell my people I'm at. I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm real life scared, y'all. I'm like real life scared and I don't know what the fuck to do. So, you know, and as I tell my family the story today, they was like, you know, you should just got out the car and run. But I'm like, I didn't know if she was going to be on bullshit. You know, yeah, I'm scared, but I didn't know if I was exactly in dangerous way. I didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when's the perfect time to get out the car? How long do I stay in the car? Like, all these crazy fucking things was going through my mind. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm praying like, God, please, you know, like, she ain't gonna put me in danger. She ain't gonna put me in harm's way. Like, Randy, shut the fuck up. You just tripping. Like, it's gonna be cool. So, I swear to God, them 20 minutes that she was inside doing whatever she was doing, it seemed like I was out in that car, in that back seat for hours. When you scared, that shit seemed like for hours. You sweating, heart racing. You gotta go boo-boo. I was scared. I was real life scared, y'all. I'm 14, 15 years old. On the backseat of this floor, no cell phone. I don't know where I'm at. I just knew it was a wrap. Like, I was about to go to take me to the king. Like, it was really about to go down. I was just wishing my parents had life insurance for me because I was on my way out. Like, I was scared. I just knew I was gonna look up and this scary white man was gonna be looking through the window with a shank or a gun, just about to blow my head off. I was scared, you know, like, what the fuck? Where's the fuck she got me at? So anyway, she runs out to the car. So she was in there for about like real life, about like 20 minutes. So she comes back to the car or whatever. She hops in the car and throw the car in reverse. And she's going like fucking 50 backwards. Car almost spins out. And I'm like, what? And mind you, I'm still on the back, on the floor. And she's like, get up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What did you just do? What's going on? I just robbed him. And I'm like, you just robbed him? She's like, yeah, I just robbed a trick. So I'm like, a trick? You a prostitute? Like, what's good? Like, so now I'm just like, I'm scared. Mind you guys, my heart was racing, my stomach hurt. I'm just scared. So, you know, when you're nervous and you freaking out, you start cussing everybody out. You start saying all type of shit. So I started cussing her ass the fuck. Like, why the fuck would you have me here? I could have died. I just knew I was about to die. I could have died. That's scandalous. You're scandalous. I'm not fucking with you. Like, take me home. It was like really, really bad. So anyway, the whole purpose of this story is, I'm not sure if maybe those of you that's watching this video can relate to somebody putting you in a harmful situation. But those of you that are watching this story that I'm telling, and you're more of the person that she was, the character that she was, and the person that I was in the situation, let's speak for her first. If you're one of them people that just automatically think that people should have your back or ride with you and whatever along those lines, just because a person you rock with every day fucks with you or whatever, It's never okay just to automatically just throw somebody in the midst of some bullshit. Yes, we should say so-and-so should have my back and be ride or die and all that. But you should always ask a person, give somebody the opportunity to say, oh, I'll ride with you. No problem. But you don't just throw somebody in the midst of that. I was hella young. I had no cell phone. I had nothing. And for you just to throw me in the midst of that and just say, oh well. Like, you know how many people that prey on women that sit on these websites that don't have intentions of getting sexual favors or paying for sexual favors? They're just in it for hurting and harming people. Like, she could have went in that house and never came out. And what in the fuck would he had done? Came back out to the car to dispose the car that she came in. And then my stupid ass is on the floor in the back seat like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what the fuck he's just gonna let me walk free? He was gonna hurt me too. So again, you can't just automatically think, oh, that's my bitch, that's my day one, that's my best friend. Oh, like, she's gonna be cool with it. You don't know what they got going on. You need to ask people before you start throwing people in the midst of that. And I remember it was crazy because, like, sometime after that, I remember her calling me and was like, ride with me somewhere. I was like, nah, okay, no. If something happened to me, don't feel bad. Oh, I won't. That's on you. No, I'm not doing that. But one thing I can say I learned from it is that sometimes you do have to ask those questions. What are we doing? Where are we going? And I know sometimes it might seem a little annoying because you don't want to be that, like, grandma type friend. But hey, I'd rather ask questions than be put in harm's way. And they be like, well, you never asked. So I'm going to ask. And I'm that friend that I don't care. Like, you don't do that to nobody. Everybody don't want to be a part of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that is like a big deal just to throw on somebody. Like, how that man would have really come, like I told y'all, like, I just knew that it was a wrap for me. I just knew it. I just knew I was going to look up and this dude was going to be looking through the window with this big thing in his hand, a big shotgun or something, because she attempted to, rape him, attempted to rob him, and the shit went south, and he didn't hurt her before she could hurt him because she was trying to take the money and run. And I'm like, what the fuck was you doing? She gonna say, I said, wait, so what, like, you just ran outside? She was like, oh no, I told him I was going to the car to get music so I can dance. I said, oh, bitch, you crazy. And I'm like, how if he would have chased you outside? Or came outside with a big shot off gun as we're reversing out of the rocky road? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so many things that I was like playing in my head how it could have like went down, and it could have been really, really bad. It could have been really bad for the both of us. And I was an innocent person. Or like, how if we would have went to jail? I didn't even know what was going on. And I'm just accessory to some bullshit. Or how if, like, you know, she had a weapon in her hand and shit because she saw him get a weapon because she was trying to run out the house. And she thinking he gonna shoot her, so she shot him first. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like so many things that was going through my head when she told me that she robbed that man. And I'm like, why would you just freely throw me in the midst of that? Like, I was really, really mad. And my family was really fucking mad. Like, actually, to be honest with you guys, I didn't tell my family about that story for years. Because my mom would have beat the fuck out of her. Like, that was not cool. Oh, and my dad would have been like, what the heck? Oh, I don't want to talk about what he would have did. Like, again, don't put people in harm's way. Just because you might be on some bullshit or into something that you are okay with, everybody is not like that. And don't freely put somebody, you got to give people the opportunity to say, like, oh, I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you. I'm down for whatever. Everybody's not like that. And I'm not one of them. Like, you need to ask people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a young woman. I got a life, you know what I'm saying? A future ahead of me. And you just gonna do me like that? Like, that was a very, very scary moment. And I learned a lot that you cannot put your trust into people. You have to ask questions. You know, everybody is not the type of friend that you are. So yeah, I just hope that you guys took that story to heart. If you are her and you have, you know, just freely involved somebody into something that could have been harmful, or as of me being the person that did not know. So either way it goes, I just hope you guys can relate to what I just told you guys, and also change your ways if you are her in the situation. Like, that's not cool. So, and learn from the person that I was in the story, in the situation. So, again, these are real life stories, you guys. I thank you so much for tuning in and listening to my story or whatever. So, again, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. PST, I will be uploading videos to my YouTube channel. It's called Memory Lane, and basically it's a story time. Again, I know it is Saturday or Friday today, and I just didn't want you guys to wait till Wednesday. So I'm giving it to you guys today because, as you guys know, I had surgery and my foot was killing me on Wednesday, and I just had no intentions of uploading it Wednesday. So here it is today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned from it. And again, like I said, one of the purposes of me doing this story time is to show you guys I've been in real situations. I'm a real person. There are so many layers to me. There's so many things I'm going to be talking about. So you guys, make sure you guys tune in every Wednesday, 8 o'clock PST. I have so many stories that I want to share with you guys, and I'm sure you guys can relate. And so, yeah, I love you guys. And I thank you guys so much for listening to